I think YouTube is the third biggest search engine in the world. I'm not sure, but we are living in the most phenomenal time in the world to be language teachers, language lovers, language learners. Never before we've been able to connect with authentic language and culture the way that we are now. It's just absolutely amazing. And so here, of course, you know, you can find videos that are appropriate for any level of learner. Here, dance lessons, right? Here's a cultural sevillanas. I love this video. Dancing, merengue, salsa, right? Great dance tutorials. They're all free and they make for great brain breaks. Exercise videos in your target language. There's a 5-minute thing, can get your students up and moving. If you're a learner, all that repetition, watching these videos over and over again, what a great way to get input and to learn. Songs, just putting songs on in the background. What a great way to get to know target language culture and what's popular right now, different kinds of music, great conversation points too. Commercials, I absolutely love commercials in target language, and I like to do, show some and we talk about it. Where do you think this is from? What are they selling? What's the purpose? It's really great. Of course, when we study a language, we can't ignore the culture. We have to talk about the products, the practices, and the perspectives of the people that speak that language. And these are short, great, comprehensible input ways to get that, for learners at any level. One of my very favorite things to do in life is to study abroad. And, I've done this in many different forms in my life. And one of my very favorite things is to go to private language schools. They're great because they tend to be sort of, 2 hours or 4 hours in the morning. And so you get your language study, you get your grammar, you get your conversation. And then in the afternoon, they usually have cultural activities that the school will sponsor, or you can go out and do your own thing. And you can walk all over a city. That's one of my very favorite things to do, is walk and see sort of every inch of a place that I can. And walk around Madrid, walk around Paris. I wanted to walk around Rome last year, but I couldn't. Um, these are great just having in the background. People are doing, one of the things I discovered during the pandemic is people are doing city walks all over the world. So you're just seeing all these different corners, all these different places. Put it on in the background. It's a great way to bring some target language culture into your classroom, or get a look at places that you'd like to visit, or maybe you haven't visited in a while. I want to talk a little bit about a couple of Chrome extensions. So one of them is called ReadLang. And this is fantastic because it comes in, I'm really not sure how many languages, and they have different levels. I think one is free and several are paid. But basically what it does is it makes your reading comprehensible. You can kind of move your cursor over a word, and you learn a word, and it makes flashcards, and it does all these great things. But I think the real power is providing you with suggestions to read in your target language. And it's just a great Chrome browser extension. The other one is called Language Learning with Netflix. And basically you're turning your Netflix account into a language learning lab. So Chrome apps, Google Chrome. So learning vocabulary through authentic culture, I really love to present or curate for students different stores, different places that real people in their target language would go shopping. And you could have them do different activities. So at the A level, I might introduce clothing doing this. I would ask a lot of questions. I would have them, I'd display this. At another level, I might give them a list and say, okay, go shopping for these occasions that I need to do. And they would actually go to these target language stores. And at another level, I would have them, practice writing a letter of complaint or making a list of things that they want to get, comparing and contrasting, presenting to the class. Here's what I found. Here's what's interesting. What is this? There's a lot of great discussion that comes out of this. Google Meet. So I thought this was interesting that on Google Meet now, you can do all these custom backgrounds. And you see, I'm just sharing mine, which isn't particularly exciting, but I think it's great that you could put any place that you wanted to visit in the world could be your background. So another great way to do some target language culture. Quizlet Live. If you are a learner or teacher of languages, you might love Quizlet. I do too, but I'm very honest, I don't use most of its features. So if you go to Quizlet and you're unfamiliar with it, it's really just sets, and they're study sets. And the language teachers are all over them. So we've been there for a while. You can make your own, or you can use the ones that are there. The live feature turns this into a game. So there's an app, you got the QR code, they can just do numbers, and it randomly teams kids up. You can do it as individuals, and there's so much learning that happens, and it's very exciting, and it's completely low prep, really easy, that you can do in your Chrome